All right, what a beautiful day. Beautiful day. The weather finally kind of nice here, you know. It's been pretty cool in the mornings. Nice and brisk, mid to upper 40s. I don't know what the high today is, but for this part of the country, it's pretty cold. Temperature right now is 52 out. It's nice and sunny. Doesn't feel like 52 though. It feels a lot hotter, but I'll tell you what, it feels nice enough for me to have that guy open, and can't really complain. I've also got the back window open a little bit, so if it's a little hard to hear me, that's probably why. I got the microphone on though, so hopefully the wind doesn't completely overtake sound on this. But there's always that possibility. But yeah, dude. So been busy still. Now there's a nice glare on the camera. We're gonna have to what's going on with that? What's causing that? The sun up there. Been busy. Yesterday, let's see. Yesterday was Wednesday. So I did not wake up in time to run again. This is becoming a trend, and I don't really like it. I'm just, I hear my alarm once, and I hit snooze once, and then I swear to God, like the next time my alarm goes off, it's 6:45, and I'm like, well, there goes the morning. So that's kind of what happened again yesterday. Is like I don't wake up early enough. I got to be out the door no later than like 6:15. So 6:30 really is like the absolute limit, and even then, like I'm pretty limited because 2-3 miles takes me 20-30 minutes to do. So I got to be back in time to take my daughter to the bus stop, and that's at 7:10 ish. So yeah, cuts it pretty close. So anyways, all that to say, I didn't run yesterday. Felt like kind of, oh, that looks like fun, dude. Look at all those kids out there running around. They got like inflatables. It's like an American Ninja Warrior obstacle course out there. What? Oh, to be a kid again, man. uh, so, anyways, yeah, didn't get to run yesterday. Then I had to run an errand for my wife last night. Had to drive an hour up to one of her clients' houses and pick up a table. So did that. Didn't get home until like 8 o'clock last night. Left at like 4:30. Didn't get back to my house until almost 8. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. And I'm running kind of late now because I had to unload that table this morning, right now before I left for the gym. Had to get it out. Had a meeting at 10:30. Got the table out right after that meeting ended, and now we're on our way to the gym. It's like 11:15, man. I'm not even there yet. So I got a meeting at 1. Dude, we're cutting it close today. Cutting it close. So hopefully things go smoothly, and I don't have to wait for anything. But we're just gonna play it by ear. We're gonna do the best that we can, make the best of it, make the best of the situation, and call it good. I'm thankful that today is it's a bench day, and I don't have to like rush over to the other gym and like deadlift. And I don't really want to deadlift at US. I don't know why. I just really don't. I'm not really a fan of. I don't know. It's weird, but anyways, um, yeah, I don't know. I just don't. Although when I was in there squatting on Tuesday, there was a guy in the rack next to me who was deadlifting. Let's see, I think he had 5 plates on each side, and then a 25 pound. So was that like 545? It was at least that. It was at least 545. He was doing it with ease. So, if he's in there. But the problem is on those racks is like, not only do I not really like the barbells in there, each rack only has like 3 or 4 blue plates on there, which is really all I need, honestly. But at the same time, like, I don't want to have to go around and like, I don't want to be that guy that's like hogging up all the blue plates, the 45-pound plates, trying to, deadlift if other people are in there. But people do some weird shit on those platforms, as they do at every gym I've experienced so far. At the YMCA, they were doing some weird shit in there on those platforms. There were people doing like sit-ups on there, push-ups, just all sorts of whack shit. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're taking up a whole platform for freaking, crunches. You can do that anywhere. My mom is calling me. I wonder why my mom is calling me right now. I'll call her back in a second. But we're gonna get to the gym here, and I got, again, like I said, I got bench day. It's just, I think it's 5 sets of 2 or 5 sets of 3 at 275, 3 count pause. So it's gonna be a challenge. I know that, just between however my shoulder and my left arm is feeling, versus just how challenging it was last week. I remember last week doing 4 sets was challenging. On that last set, I was really kind of grinding out those final couple reps. So I have a feeling that today will be even more challenging, which is fine with me. Like, I don't, it's all good. But obviously, we want to be challenged in the gym. I'm not complaining about the challenge. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to hit a point where, like, I can't hit the weight. You know what I mean? Like, oh, can't finish that rep or finish that set. But I'm pulling up here now. I'm gonna put my phone down here, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. I gotta call my mom back too, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video real quick, and we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up right when I get done at the gym. All right. Oh man, that's way. There we go. I'm kind of holding it at an awkward angle now, but oh well. Yeah. Sorry about the abruptness in which I cut that last video off. I just had a lot going on. I was getting phone calls. There were people at the intersection, raising money for something. So I was getting close to the gym anyways, so I just hung it up there. But yeah, bench moved okay today. Less pain and tenderness in my left arm than last week. Right up until the end, like kind of towards the end of my last set or two, probably, was when I started to kind of feel like it's a little bit of tenderness, come back. Nothing crazy. It was again, it's like a 2 on the pain scale. Didn't really interfere with anything from a weightlifting standpoint. Just noticed it come up. So positive on that front, I suppose. But it's yeah, I don't know. I guess it's good to see that, like, I'm kind of slowly getting better, I should say, on that injury. Like, if you want to even call it an injury, I don't even know if that meets the criteria for what an injury technically would be. So I don't know, but what I do know is that we're making positive progress on it. I'm going to stop this video just a second so I can readjust this. All right, sorry, I was trying to readjust the camera there at the light, which I successfully did. Just hold it a little bit more comfortably, hold the tripod. So good to know I'm making progress on the injury, I guess, because especially with all these really, like, heavy singles on squat and bench coming up, I don't really want to go into that with a pre-existing injury and make it worse. So just kind of taking it one day at a time. I will say that, like, I made it through all of the lifts today. I got all the sets done. I had to milk the rest. So I'm supposed to do 90 seconds of rest in between each of those 3 count pause sets. So it was 5 sets of 3 at 275, 3 count pause, with 90 seconds of rest in between each set. And I have to kind of, like, milk the rest a little bit as I get closer to the end. Like, so instead of 90 seconds rest between the 4th and 5th set, I did like 2 minutes. Same with in between the 3rd and 4th. I was just kind of I've always prioritized completing the next set over, like, hitting failure. I don't want to prioritize rest in such a manner that it leads to me not being able to complete the sets and reps as they're programmed, even if it means extending the rest period a little bit, right? Instead of resting an extra 30 seconds if I need to. I just feel like hitting those extra reps and sets means more to your muscles than falling a set short and essentially hitting failure because you prioritize rest over getting all the reps in. So I've always kind of done that, and that's what I continue to do especially on compound lifts. Like, look at these kids still outside with their American Ninja Warrior. Look at this. I don't know if you can see all this American Ninja Warrior course out there. Look at that. So that's what I've always done and what I'll always continue to do, because that's just, oh, hold on, buzz. All right, sorry, there was a cop that pulled up right next to me at the stoplight. So, yeah, so I've always prioritized that, and I feel like you get more out of it. So all that to say that, like, while I did accomplish all of my lifts today, none of them felt fantastic. Like, even on bicep curls, when I was doing even on dumbbell incline press, right? I did increase the weight a little bit, which was probably a mistake. In my notes last week, I did 80s for 3 sets of 6 at RPE 7, and I made a note that said, yeah, you can probably increase the weight for RPE 7. And so I did. I increased it to 85 this week, but I did do one extra set of bench press. So, not accounting for that, it ended up like probably being a mistake. I probably should have kept it at 80 pounds, but it is what it is. So that didn't feel great like I wanted it to. And then I did curls, 6 sets of 10. I did the 30s last week, no problem. At least I didn't have anything written in my notes. All I had written was hell yeah. So I did them again this week, and they were not kind to me this time. They were not very kind. I think I ended up getting like, I don't know. I lost count of the sets. I think I did 6. I might have done 7. But it ended up like I had to kind of really milk the last set or 2 because they were just feeling tough. So nothing felt great today. I have not been super meticulous about tracking my food, which I should probably get better at. So there's that. I don't know really how much I've eaten in the last few days. Normally I know I have a pretty decent idea of how much calories and protein and all that stuff I'm getting. I eat the same thing most days, at least for breakfast and lunch and like my snacks and stuff. And I don't snack a lot. It's just really like pre-workout juice, like orange juice, pomegranate juice that I drink in the gym. So I kind of know what I'm getting, and then dinner's a wild card. And so I just kind of like assume that whatever I eat at dinner is filling in the rest of those calories and protein. And I should probably stop assuming that, because it could be contributing to why things are not feeling great. But yeah, so I guess we'll just have to keep seeing how things feel. Tomorrow I got deadlifts, so we'll be doing the same thing we did last week. 3 sets of 1 at 435. Should be a good time. Tomorrow's also Halloween, so stay tuned. You might see me dressed up as, I don't know, in a costume. I haven't decided yet. The gym is doing something for Halloween, but I haven't decided if I'm going to participate or not. But we'll see. I probably will. Why not? Yeah, I'm home now. I gotta go get ready for a meeting in 10 minutes. So I'm gonna end this here. But I appreciate y'all watching. If you made it this far, big thank you. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow for some deadlifting. It'll be a good time. Happy early Halloween, and we'll talk then. Be safe, be good. Go to the gym.